All right, so next I'll quickly talk about formatting because I know there have been questions about formatting your paper. The first kind of general formatting issues is just make sure that you do double space your paper. Make sure it's double spaced throughout. You do not need an extra line in between the paragraphs because you'll indent them. Use a 12-point font and 1-inch margins all around on all sides of your paper. Kind of the standard formatting procedures. Do make sure that it's at least 2 full pages in length. So you can write beyond 2 pages, but make sure it's at least 2 complete pages. I think the bigger questions have been how to use the ASA styling guidelines for your paper. So if you do remember, whenever you go to the main course content tab and you go all the way to the bottom, you'll see right there at the bottom, you'll see at the very bottom there's the ASA style guide. You can see it right there. And when you click on that, it'll open a document. It's a 23-page document that shows all the style guidelines for ASA format. The most important section for you is going to be on page 20, and that's where it's showing how you'll do the in-text citations. And typically what you'll do, because you'll need to cite both the real world, Fersenstein from the real world, and then Ramirez from Destined for Greatness. And whenever you use material from either of those books in your paper, make sure that you use these sorts of in-text citations. So if you're referring to an idea without using the author's name, in parentheses right here, you would write, in this case, Goldner 1963. If you're using the real world, it would be Fersenstein. I think the year's 2018 on that one, or whenever you're citing something from Destined for Greatness, it would be in parentheses Ramirez 2018. If you're using a page number, if there's a particular quote you're using from a particular page, you would do it like this, where you would, after the year, have a colon and then the page number where that quote comes from. So do make sure you cite within the text the material you're using from the real world or Destined for Greatness in that sense. And I'll pull up one paper to just kind of quickly show you what it should look like. This is one of your classmates' paper. She did really well in the paper. And real quickly, you can see that she's talking about the sociological imagination right here. She's quoting it right here. And then she's citing it right here. And that's the perfect and appropriate way to do the citation. Fersenstein 2018 colon 13. That's where that page, or that's where that item comes from, the page number that item comes from. And then you can see later on down here she's citing other material from Fersenstein without using a specific quote, and she's just writing Fersenstein 2018 in parentheses. That's the way you do the in-text citations. And then if you go to page 33 on the ASA style guide, you'll see how to do your references. And the only 2 things you'll need to reference or include in your references are the 2 books, The Real World and Destined for Greatness. So you would use this formatting procedure to do that. Just kind of follow this model to create your reference list for both those 2 books. Put that at the very end of your paper and you should be good. So if you have more questions, let me know, but I wanted to let you know that all those resources are in place and kind of walk you through what they should look like.